Once upon a time, Accra traffic was madness, and Mr. Gyampo, he was driving through it like a man possessed. His phone call had cut through his business meeting like a knife. Sir, the board has been waiting for over 2 hours. There's no one to conduct the meeting. We have been trying for hours to reach your daughter Frema, but all our calls have gone unanswered. The board members are furious. Gyampo's grip tightened on the wheel. Frema. Again. Oh Lord, this girl won't kill me. She was supposed to chair the meeting. Where was she? With Frema, it was always something. Even the way she entered this world was drama. His wife had gone through 20 hours of excruciating labor. And when she finally arrived, she turned their lives upside down. Mr. Gyampo lost his wife when Frema was 9. And since then, his life had been hell. His wife, she always knew how to reach Frema, calm her down, make her do the right thing. But for him, he was clueless. He tried therapy. Useless. Every therapist quit. One time, he even saw a therapist run out of their house crying. He tried buying her love, expensive gifts, trips, anything, nothing. Then he tried discipline, strict rules, tough love. But Frema, she got worse, like she enjoyed being bad, for no reason. It was as though that child had been specially sent to torment him. Mr. Gyampo had had a terrible day. Calming the board members had been a nightmare. Getting them to agree on anything was even worse than pulling teeth from a frog. By the time the meeting ended, he was drained. All he wanted was sleep, peace and silence. He didn't even want to see Frema, not tonight. He had no energy for another argument, one he knew he'd lose anyway. So he sank into the back seat and let his chauffeur drive him home. But the moment they pulled into the driveway, he froze. Then his blood boiled. There were dozens of cars packed in his driveway. Music blasted from the house, so loud the walls vibrated. Mr. Gyampo's chest tightened. When he stepped inside, chaos greeted him. A full-blown party was staring right back at him, bottles of alcohol everywhere. The house was a disaster, and then he saw her, Frema, standing on her mother's chair, the one she had knitted in, the one he'd forbidden anyone to sit in, his last piece of her, and there was Frema, dancing on it with a man, shoes on, laughing, grinding. Something inside him snapped. He lunged for the sound system and ripped the plug out. The music died. Then, his voice shook the house. "Get out!" The guests scattered. Within seconds, the driveway was empty. Only Frema remained, and Mr. Gyampo had never felt this kind of rage before. Frema spun around, furious. "Popsy, what's the meaning of this? Why are you such a killjoy?" Mr. Gyampo's jaw tightened. "Frema, if you have no respect for me, at least respect your mother's memory. How could you desecrate it like this?" Frema rolled her eyes. "Popsy, please. This house is for the living. Stop with the drama." His voice rose, shaking with anger. "You had a board meeting today. You didn't show up, and now I come home to this madness." She shrugged, unfazed. "Well, I wasn't in the mood to meet those stuffy old men. I needed a party to relax." Mr. Gyampo's hands clenched into fists. "This is my house, and I won't let you disgrace it like this." Frema smirked. "Correction, this is my father's house. I'll behave however I please in it. If you don't like it, go to your father's house." And with that, she walked off, leaving her father stunned and speechless. One day, Mr. Gyampo was going through stacks of paperwork when his phone rang. A number he didn't recognize. He picked up. "Mr. Gyampo, this is the police. Your daughter has been arrested." His heart stopped. When he arrived at the station, he found her, Frema, sitting there like she didn't have a care in the world. And beside her, those two low-lives, Ni, alias Danger Diabolic, and Kapakpo, alias Doomsday. The officer didn't sugarcoat it. "They defrauded people using your company's name in an oil bid scam. They defrauded people to a tune of $100,000. Mr. Gyampo staggered back. "My company?" The officer nodded. "The investors reported them. If you don't pay up, they'll be charged." Mr. Gyampo had no choice. He paid $100,000. Gone in one hot afternoon. When they got home, he exploded. "Frema, why do you want to kill me?" His voice shook the walls. Frema scoffed, folding her arms. "You don't even need the money, so why? And why do you keep surrounding yourself with these These miscreants. Frema rolled her eyes. Relax, Popsy. It's not that deep. His fingers trembled. Listen to me. I did not kill my father, so you will not kill me. I have had enough. She shrugged, unbothered. I am giving you an ultimatum, he said, voice dangerously low. Turn over a new leaf, or I will disinherit you. That got her attention. Popsy, you're joking. Try me. His voice was ice. 3 months, Frema. That's all you get. If I don't see real change, I swear I'll cut you off, no second chances. Frema stared at him. For the first time, she looked unsure. And Mr. Gyampo? He was dead serious. Frema shrugged. Fine. Mr. Gyampo narrowed his eyes. I'll leave this house of oppression, she spat. I won't give you the satisfaction of disinheriting me. I'll make my own money, and when I do, you'll regret this. She grabbed her suitcase, eyes burning with defiance. You won't be part of my success story, Popsy. Mr. Gyampo stood there, arms crossed, silently watching. She expected him to stop her, maybe even beg. He didn't. She slammed the door behind her. The house fell into silence. Mr. Gyampo exhaled slowly. He was worried. Of course he was. But maybe this was exactly what she needed. Let the world teach her what he couldn't. Frema moved in with Kapakpo and Ni in the ghetto. They had a new business plan. Frema stared at Kapakpo. Grave robbing? The dead don't need money, babe. Kapakpo smirked. Easy cash. Ni chuckled, lighting a cigarette. Scared, Frema? She hesitated. Even for her, this was low. But she was already here, and she had to prove to her father that she could make it on her own. That night, the cemetery was silent, heavy, watching. The three of them, shovels in hand, worked fast. Sweat dripped, hearts pounded, dirt flew as they dug up the grave. Their shovels finally hit the coffin. Frema's breath hitched. Kapakpo pried it open. Gold rings, chains and cash. It was a jackpot. For a second, Frema felt something cold crawl down her spine. But then Ni laughed, stuffing his pockets. Kapakpo winked at her, and just like that, she silenced her conscience and they ran into the night, laughing. But after that night, a lot changed. It started with whispers. At night, Frema would hear muffled screams. Shadows moved where there were none. The air in her room turned ice cold. One night she sat up, trembling. Did you hear that? Ni rolled over. Go back to sleep, Frema. Then, bang! The door slammed open, but there was no one there. Frema couldn't take it anymore. She fled back to her father's house. At dawn. You ready to change now? Mr. Gyampo asked when she arrived. Frema ignored him, heading to her room. That night, she slept soundly. For the first time in weeks, but the next morning she woke up vomiting sand. She gasped, Popsy, help me! Mr. Gyampo ran in, his face pale. Frema, what have you done this time? She coughed up, more sand. Then he saw it, her belly, bloated, swollen, like she was heavily pregnant. Frema, when did you get pregnant? He whispered. She shook her head, sobbing. I can't be pregnant, Popsy. I can't. The pastor came that evening. He placed his hands on her stomach, closed his eyes and sighed deeply. There's nothing we can do, he muttered. Your daughter did something she ought not to have done. She must bear the consequences. Frema's breathing quickened. What do you mean? What consequences? The pastor turned to Mr. Gyampo. Prepare yourself. Tonight, the spirits will collect their debt. The pain started at midnight. Frema screamed. The contractions were violent, ripping through her body like a storm. Mr. Gyampo rushed her to the hospital, but as soon as they arrived, the power went out. Doctors panicked, nurses screamed, the room filled with a darkness, too deep for a blackout. Frema let out one final blood-curdling scream and delivered a baby coffin. A miniature version of the same coffin they had stolen from. Mr. Gyampo stared at the small wooden coffin, trembling. Frema gasped for breath, her eyes wide with terror. No, No, this isn't real. But it was. The moment Mr. Gyampo processed what had happened, he collapsed to the floor. The nurses rushed to him, but his body lay still. Frema screamed, "Popsy!" Frema jolted awake, panting, drenched in sweat. Her hands flew to her stomach, flat. No pregnancy, no coffin, a dream, but it felt so real. Then, tap, 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 gravel pinged against her window. She turned and froze. Kapakpo. He stood in the shadows, grinning. "Frema, let's go. I have a job you'll love." Her blood turned cold. She backed away, pulse hammering. "Get away from me." Her voice shook. "Frema, don't be like that. I said get away." Her hands trembled as she grabbed the window. "If you ever come near me again, I swear I'll call the police, lose my number, lose my address. I don't know you." Bang! She slammed the window shut. Her chest heaved. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. For the first time in years, she was scared of herself. She knew she had to make a change. The next morning, Frema sat across from her father. Her hands trembled. She couldn't meet his eyes. "Daddy." Her voice was barely a whisper. "I want to change." Mr. Gyampo stilled. For the first time in years, his daughter, the same girl who defied him, who spat in his face, who never listened, looked broken. Tears filled his eyes, but his voice was firm. "Frema, I need to see it, not just hear it. Be someone I can be proud of." Frema swallowed hard. She knew words wouldn't be enough. It was time to act. So she did. She walked away from Kapakpo and Ni. She had finally learned her lesson. She was done being her father's problem, and indeed, she did turn her life around, and eventually she took over her father's empire. Mr. Gyampo was finally able to go on a well-deserved retirement traveling the world. The moral of the story is that every choice carries a consequence. Frema's rebellion led her down a dark path, proving that bad company and disregard for wisdom bring destruction. But even the lost can find redemption, if they are willing to change. True transformation is not in words, but in actions. And sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that save us.
Hi fam, click the link on the right to dive into yet another captivating tale. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Until next time, it's bye from us at Apenthene African Stories.